Hey yo, good afternoon, viewers of the tube. My name is Tyler, and if it's your first time to the channel, get ready for some of the rawest, no holds back crypto news and information in the space. So let's cook this steak rare because it's time for Chico Crypto. I have been talking a fair amount about where we are in the market cycle, and it does seem like we have most likely hit the bottom and are moving into a sideways market. As you can see, I still haven't cut this hair because there is still that thought that we could possibly dip below 3,200, meaning we haven't officially moved out of the bear market. But as each day passes, I am growing more confident that this likely won't happen. Since the bubble pop from 20K, this has been a BearWhales game on the way down. Bitcoin's price was overinflated, and once the tumble down started, the sellers who could still make a profit outnumbered the buyers, all the way down. They have been manipulating the price, pushing it down with sudden mass sell-offs, creating panic among retail holders to, what happens? Sell. As we can see from this chart, down from the top till the beginning of the sideways market, there were multiple massive spikes down for the first 3 months after the top. Exchanges like BitMEX and cash-settled futures allowed this crash to happen even faster than ever before, giving leverage to the BearWhales. As time went on, the price got lower. Spikes down became less pronounced because no one knows the exact bottom, and massive manipulation of the price down like that could be like lighting money on fire. But it still happened, but on a more cautious schedule. Although there were some still very powerful BearWhales keeping the price sliding, while not enough buyers to tame them. Then we came into a very important range, the sideways 6K range, where we sat for 3 months, and the Bitcoin price was pretty stable. Retail traders thought that this could be the bottom, but there was still a good amount of uncertainty in the markets. So the bearish whales struck again with another dramatic spike down to the low of around 3,200, sending most retail traders into a panic once again and causing holders to sell their coins to take what bit of profit they had to minimize their losses. The price quickly recovered back up to the 4K range, and now we have gone through December, January, February, and almost all of March, and the price has been hovering close to 4K most of the time. Now, I believe we are close to the bottom as the BearWhales have exhausted everything they have, and there isn't many sellers willing to give up their Bitcoin for any cheaper. Some people will have the argument that this is what everyone was saying during the sideways 6K range, and it dropped off a cliff. One thing you need to pay attention to though is volume. Like I mentioned before, during that range there wasn't enough interest and trading activity to keep it there, and the bearish whales knew this. So they dumped the price, sent some people in a panic, and picked up more coins on the cheap. The best way to visualize this is through volume comparisons. Just looking at the chart, you can see that during that time, total trading volume for Bitcoin hit its lowest point. And since then, it has been gradually growing to over 3 times bigger today. Exact data shows that during the 6K range in October of 2018, volume ranged from a high of 4 billion per day to a low of 3 billion per day. Throughout this month of March, the volume has been consistently over 9 billion per day and reaching over 10 billion on more than a few occasions. Now, most people are waiting for some quick spike down like what happened once we dropped off from 6K, but it's different this time. Many people aren't selling. If we look at the buy and sell order books of the biggest exchanges combined, the buys outnumber the overall sells by a good margin on almost every single large exchange. It would take a BearWhale with some balls to take 10,000 Bitcoin and crush through the buy order book, dropping the price of Bitcoin to 2,900. You know why it would take some balls? Because it would only take 2,000 Bitcoin to crush through the sell order book and bring that Bitcoin price right back up to 4,050. If this happens, it would be the confirmation spike needed, and BearWhales would never try something like that again. But no BearWhale is that stupid to basically light $40 million on fire, losing significant position in the Bitcoin markets. It would literally be a slaying of the BearWhales. You have Backcoming, Fidelity Investment Crypto Trading Desk, supposed to go live in March. The Samsung Galaxy S10 with crypto integration, and CBOE moving away from cash-settled futures to likely making a move into physically settled futures, as that will be the way to make money in the next boom. The time is now and the time is right. The signs all point to something big coming, and in my opinion, we will be rewarded for sticking through this bear winter. For the final piece of this episode, I would like to talk about some other crypto news for some projects who I think will rise significantly once the market does turn around. The first coin had a nice spike yesterday, and it's a coin I recently added more of to my portfolio. That coin is Waves. As you can see from the chart, yes, a really nice spike of about 10 cents from 274 low to where it was as of yesterday at 284. What was the reason? Well, last week I talked about the Waves updated roadmap and their focus on becoming a Web 3.0 platform. One of the roadmap stops was the Waves ride language for dAPPS. Well, the ride language for dAPPS has been released on the Waves testnet. Waves takes a unique approach with their language. They have seen the vulnerabilities and hacks that have happened to Ethereum due to its Turing completeness. That is why Waves ride language is built non-Turing complete. But like I mentioned in yesterday's video, this limits the function dAPPS can do. Waves keeps their security by the language being non-Turing complete, but allows Turing complete computations to be achieved by spreading operations over consecutive blocks. Ride for dAPPS will grant Waves accounts a way of assigning a programmable function to itself, with callable functions that are able to number 1, receive payments, number 2, change the account and state, and number 3, send waves and tokens from that account. But Ride for dAPPS can also do more specialized things, like dividing funds into 2 equal parts for 2 specific addresses. Register an address as paid for a service, voting functions, easy implementation of dApp wallets, and a dApp exchange which can buy and sell Waves for USD at a fixed price. This is not a complete list of what the language can do, and more functionality will be coming out as developers get their hands dirty playing with it. Security and Turing completeness is something not seen in the blockchain world, and I have a feeling some amazing things will be built. The next project has been slowly but surely building. Most people in the market are looking for that undiscovered gem, while turning their heads to obviously good projects higher up in market cap. The coin I'm referencing is Tezos, who has been silent in the background, building and not hyping up their project with outrageous marketing ploys. The Tezos mainnet launched and has been running without a flaw since its launch. It is demonstrating that proof of stake works before any other project like Cardano or Ethereum. The network is decentralized and democratic and strong, and it's looking like a good choice for projects to build upon. I had a feeling Tezos was going to do very well this quarter. That is why it was one of my top picks for Q1 2019. Finally, in March, the price started to reflect that, stair-stepping its way up with a nearly 17% 24-hour gain as of yesterday. Now, is this the market just catching on to its major benefits, or is it something else? Well, I have said this before, Tezos will be getting added to Coinbase, and I think that could be coming very soon. Coinbase announced at the end of Q4 2018 that they were looking into supporting staking, and in my opinion, that will come in the form of Tezos, and that will be happening very soon. But Coinbase doesn't do anything for a coin's price anymore, you say? Those coins didn't allow passive income. Cheers, I'll see you next time.